me get to the black and white. Y'all gotta bear with me tonight. I was watching football, running around trying to get ready for the show and sweating doing it, trying to, get ready. But I was watching football and one of the y'all probably can't even hear me. Can you hear me now? Let me know you can hear me. Check, check, check. Make sure you guys can hear me. Put some ones. Let me make sure you guys can hear me. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's crazy. The man was playing and everything, and I don't know. I didn't see the play that happened, but I just happened to look up, and you see injuries happen in football almost every week. But I've never seen an ambulance on the field in the many years I've watched football. I've never seen it. I'm still sweating. I've never seen that actually happen. It was the craziest thing I ever seen. I mean, I'm like, what? And I got my iPad over here, trying to follow up, making sure he's okay. But I don't know the young man's name. If you know his name, could you type it in the comment section if you're watching the game? Type in his name. We want to make sure we're praying for that man. Oh, he made a normal tackle. Okay, got up and collapsed. Yeah, Damar Hamlin. That's his name. Damar Hamlin. I'm trying to see if I can. No, no, no. I don't want to. Okay, Damar Hamlin. We're gonna pray for him. I don't. I'm not about to pray here, but I think we should pray for that young man because we don't know what's going on with him. And if they're stopping the football game, suspending it, it's not. That's not normal. I've never seen this in the over 30 years I've watched professional football. I've never seen anything like this. So we need to pray for Damar Hamlin. That God would touch his body and heal his body and bring comfort to his family because I can't imagine how they're feeling right now. Um, it's kind of hard because this is hitting hard for me because I'm like I don't like. I know I come across to be like this super harsh person, but I really, really I have a heart for people, and it bothers me to see people in pain and people suffering or whatever. And I'm gonna make it through. It's not my family, but it's just like wow, I just hate to see that. I have such a passion for people. But in the video that you just saw before we started the show, that young lady, I wanted to ask everybody, first of all, how are you? I missed you guys. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been live. A lot of things have happened. I've been running like crazy. I had a whole week off, and it felt like I didn't have a week off because I had a week off from my day job, but everything else was just as demanding. And so, but how have you guys been doing? I hope you enjoyed your holidays. I hope it was everything that you hoped it to be. I hope that you ate enough, and I hope that you were losing weight. Your boy is losing weight. Actually, this jacket is not fitting as tight as it used to, everybody. So I'm happy with the progress I'm making. Um, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed your holiday. And we're gonna get started with the show. The young lady that actually started that, somebody sent this to me, and I looked at it and I said, "Wow!" First of all, the bangs were they were hideous. I mean, wow! I didn't even know people wore their bangs that low in 2020, let alone 2022. But she had her bangs cut low. Do your bangs cut low? Do they hang down to the floor? Do they cover your eyes? But anyway, she had low hanging bangs. But she was expressing how she had a good man. She had a great man. He was everything. He was attractive and everything else. But she decided that there was no connection. And I wanted to know, do you guys agree with that? Do you necessarily, what does that mean anyway when you have a connection? I mean, I know it's chemistry, but if you accepted his hand in marriage, there had to be something there. So we know you were sexually, attracted to him because you didn't say that. So what was the connection? And you broke off an engagement with a man that you said were good. Now, ladies, if you're watching, that's fine too. But type in the comment section, how many good men do you come across in your lifetime that you know is a good man for you? How often does that happen? So do you think that's something that you should just throw away because there is no connection? And I'm from the school of thought that some connections happen over time. You could marry somebody or be in a relationship with somebody, and certain things you learn about them that you learn that okay, I can vibe with this. Some connections you happen that happen over time. She just cut it off. So I wish her well in her endeavors. I wouldn't want anybody to be in something that they don't want to be, but just throwing away men just because there's no connection. I'm not with that necessarily. But then I saw this, which totally wrecked that. 57-year-old man discovers none of his 5 children are his after 20 years of marriage. Now, you talking about a disconnect there. There is no disconnect worse than this. You're 57 years old. You're going into another season in your life almost. At 65, it's another season in your life. So you're 57, you find out you have 5 children by women, and none of them are yours after you were married with this woman for 20 years. So I guess this is the fear that a lot of people have when it comes to marriage, that you could marry somebody and then they lie to you like this for 20 years. I'm going to be checking every now and then, just looking and making sure, with the young man. But yeah, now this is crazy. When this was sent to me, I said, wow, this was sent to me a couple of weeks ago. And like I said, I didn't do a Christmas show. I was going to do it, but I just decided to just try to get some rest in between my other hectic schedule. But man, this is crazy to be 20 years in a marriage. Can you believe that? You laid next to this woman, you built a family with this woman, and everything else. Now, I'm from the school of thought that if you have a baby with a man and you put it on him and you know it's not yours, I believe there should be some consequences for that. Because he took care of 5 kids that wasn't his. They were not. If you are married woman and she, say for got a divorce and they were married, has to pay child support. Uh-oh. I hope my screen, wait, it shouldn't be choppy. How is my connection, y'all? Can you see me very well? It's let me know that I'm having connection issues. Let me refresh. No, I don't want to refresh. Let me make sure I'm checking on my end too. Just let me know if my connection is not going. Okay. Oh, yeah. Hold on. That is true. Can you see me now? Ha ha ha. Okay. But no, so to me, I just believe that there should be some consequence for that. I believe there should be some consequence for that. I believe if you have a baby with a man and you know that you had sex with other men, I believe there should be a consequence for that. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Just my opinion. Anyway, this happened and this was sent to me today. So tell me what you think. Fellas, is she wrong? Would you adopt? If you married a woman and she has a child, is it wrong that if she comes to you and say, I want you to adopt him, do you feel like it's wrong? If you say no, do you think you should be attacked and she's throwing his stuff out or whatever and talking to him in a very, very derogatory way? Do you think he's wrong by not adopting her child? Me personally, when you come into a situation, I think it's a case by case. I think if you have a very, very strong quote unquote connection with this child and a considerable amount of time has passed where this child's father is not around and you actually are playing a major role in this child's life, then I wouldn't have a problem if you say, hey, I want to adopt this child. But off rip, no, I wouldn't do it. That's just because of the last situation with the paying child support for a child that's not yours, being in the house for 20 years and paying for a child or whatever. But now you have another child here that's not yours. She wants you to adopt because if y'all get a divorce and if you see how she's talking and everything else, even if they were to stay together, this is a very toxic situation. They're going to divorce sooner or later, and then you're going to have to pay. That's more money in her pocket. I don't think that's a very wise thing to do. But it's kind of crazy to see her throwing this stuff out. I mean, at what point do we stop? See, wait, why is she throwing your stuff out? Do you live with her? This is why I say, fellas, it's good to have your own. Have your own place because they're going to throw you out the first time of trouble. First sign of trouble, you're gone. Amen, lights and walls. First sign of trouble, you're gone. For real. But if you're broke, you might need to stay with them. But if you're broke, you can miss out on a great chance to be with a woman like this. Oh, you can't hear this. Hold on. Check. Okay, you can hear me now. Let me make sure you guys can hear. Because you guys let these videos play and you can hear? Okay, let's try it again.
Broke boys. Don't date broke boys. They just stress you out. Number one, when I meet a guy and he wants to ask me out on a date, I say, okay, where are you from? What do you do? I am a aerospace engineer. I go straight to Google, type in aerospace engineer salary. 200,000 a year? Great. That's in my income range for guys that I date. Now, if he comes and says that he works at McDonald's, no shade, you just don't make enough to date me. And that's okay. There's a girl out there for you. It's just not me. Number 3, check his living situation. Does he have his own place or does he still live with his mom in his mom's basement? Very important. Another thing, does he have an actual bed, elevated off the floor so you're not breathing dust? Does he have more than one pillow? Does he have blankets? Or do you walk into his room and he has one mattress laying on the floor with one stained pillow? Ew, gross. If you can't afford to pay your own rent, how can you afford to pay my rent? No. Number 3, if he wants you to call your own Uber to the date to see him, absolute automatic no. He's a broke boy. Not doing it. That is when I tell him, I prefer it if you send my Uber to my place or you pick me up yourself because I'm a lady. I deserve to be treated like a princess and I'm not accepting anything lower. Period.
Oh, God in heaven. God in heaven. Okay, let's deal with that. I'm sorry you guys can hit. Like I said, everything was set up, and I don't know. I just didn't hit the right input. But the first video, I may show it again. I'll try to upload it or whatever. But she basically was saying how she wanted to. There was no connection. She met a good man and everything else. I'm sure you guys probably didn't hear that either. But the first video, that's what she was saying. The second video, she was throwing him out because she wanted him to adopt her stuff. And so her sons or whatever her kids, she was throwing them out. She was talking crazy. I may show it again. But anyway, this chick was talking about broke men. Here's why I don't have a problem with calling some of you fat and silverbacks. Because you, in the comment section in this thing, was like, girl, I know that's right. We don't date broke men here. See, you can go hard on us, but it makes you quiver when I say silverbacks or goldbacks or just flat out fat or obese even kills you. But you don't mind saying stuff to us. Does that, oh, you shouldn't talk like them. I don't do it as a payback. I want you to feel how we feel so that you can stop. Don't call men broke. Just say they out of your range. Now, ma'am, let me get on you. If you are shaped like the frog here, you have lost all privileges to call anybody broke, short, ugly, or anything else because your body is shaped like this. I saw her. She's a plus size model and her body is like this. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my lifetime gal. This is what she's shaped like, and this is what we're going to do? You're going to say broke men? Is this what we're doing? If you are shaped like this, you should never, ever speak negatively about a man's look, appearance, earning potential, or anything. You should be happy if a man wants you, ma'am. Go away, frog. Thank you. Thank you. Your service is no longer needed. I'm pretty sure I will need you again. No, don't run. Come here. I ain't done with you, ma'am. I'm not done. Then you have a mustache. So do you get that thing waxed every other day or every day or whatever? Your mustache more full than mine. I need tips from you. I want my junk to pop like yours. You have one of the mustaches you can actually curl up on the end, like Von Kaiser on Mike Tyson Punch-Out. You could actually look like you in Berlin somewhere. Ma'am, I don't think broke guys, you would date anybody that will have you, ma'am. But see, this is the problem when you got average and below average women saying they deserve. You don't deserve anything. I had a friend of mine that I spoke with, and she said, what do ugly girls get? What do ugly men get? Ugly men, the only thing about men is we can increase our earning potential, thus making us more value, bringing us more value. But ugly women, like this one, this is the way they talk. So you would think you would lead us with some humility, but you didn't. This is crazy. So when this was said to me, I was like, oh, I was going to light you up. I was even going to do a special one just to go in on you, but I decided to just do it today. If you look like this woman and you look like that frog that I just posted, you should never say anything about broke men. In fact, you need to pay them to take you out. I ain't getting no amen. Say lights. Say lights or walls or anything else, no pause. Because ain't going to be, well, you know what? That's the problem. Some of y'all would smash her. You would smash. And that's probably one of the reasons why some women like this think that they're more valuable than they are, because you will smash them. Maybe if that stopped, we wouldn't have these issues. I know. That was kind of harsh, Derek. But I don't care. It just needed to be said. It needed to be said because I see these videos happen all the time. It happens all the time where I'm seeing these. Go on TikTok. TikTok is like very good for that. When you see it, TikTok is just going hard. TikTok is going hard. You see these videos where these women, their hair is so stretched back with they lines. We're going to get into it. We're going to have some fun tonight. It's not going to be so serious. But you see, your braids so tight that it look like you can't go to sleep for the first 3 nights. And then your edge is all the way back to your ears. And then you want to say, I don't date broke men, ma'am. But we've given them a stage. You, fellas, me, you, us, we've given them a stage with our dicks. Because we have overvalued sexuality. And so it's just a smash fest going on. But every time you lay with these women or you give them attention with your penis, you are making them feel like they're more valuable because they don't understand that value comes with relationships and lead maybe to marriage. But I'm really more concerned with relationships at this point. So if you give them penis, even though I know that's our natural sexual desire, men and women, but definitely men, I understand. But you need to stop doing that. Because believe it or not, women got their stuff together. They're not, these women, even women like that, as she said, she's not going to date men that don't make a certain amount. It's almost like 40,000 now makes some of them like, ugh, that's broke. So if they can have their standards and they will stick by them, allegedly, until a musician coming along, then it's, but for the most part, they will stick to it. But when we come, any woman that's giving it up, late at night, we ain't had nothing in a while, we won't see the value of, and I know I'm about to lose some of you, we won't see the value of doing what the dude did in, what was that? Something about Mary when he went into the bathrooms to make sure he ain't messing up on his date. Before you do something like that, I'm messing, but I'm being serious. Man, it's funny I got preachers going wild and I'm talking like this. Anyway, first things first. So singers, don't you hate when you're up there giving your best, you singing in church and everything else? You giving your best, the audience is there, they're crying, people waving their hands, I can sing of your love forever. You doing all of that, right? And then the preacher gets up and does this.
Lord, you have made me a worshiper. Listen, hold on 1 minute. Let me talk to you, my dear worship people. Pray, don't just have good voices for songs. You see, let me tell you why many people who sing don't bless people. They don't pray, they only train their voice. Voice training without a track record of solid prayer, the deficiency will show on stage, no matter how you twist your voice. You are leading praise and worship. You don't just rehearse and clear your voice and take lemon and honey and come and sing. You are dealing with spirits. You are dealing with destinies. Take out time and pray.
So, let me ask you, those of us who sing and those of us who play and serve in ministry, do you see the validity in the stuff that he's saying? I actually do. I can see why he would say that. To me, that's it's valid what he's saying. Let me get that jacket. You can have it, my brother. I'm happy I can fit it again, be honest with you. But it's some validity in what he's saying. You don't want to come unprepared because there are some things that you wrestle with in church. But I hate it when they do it right after you sing, like you sing and they shut you down. You know, I think sometimes it could be used as bullying. We're up there and we're doing the best we can. I mean, and you don't know what our prayer life. And then you got to take into consideration, some people come to church, they really don't want to be there. They just come is because I have to be here. I feel like I'm doing God a favor by showing up to church. So if you're on a praise team or you in the music ministry and you're playing and now they're doing that, it kind of makes it harder for you. It makes it harder for you to minister because they've decided that we're going to sit here and fold our arms and we're not going to give you anything. So is it really indicative of your prayer life or is it indicative of their mode of coming to church? Because for it to be anything supernatural, those things must align. Somebody must come looking for something or must come even with the idea that I want to fellowship or worship. If they don't come with that mindset and they just show up to church, and it makes what you're doing more difficult. So you could be prayed up and can move mountains and leap over walls. But if that corporate thing is not there, and somebody like the first video that you did not hear, she was speaking about connection. If there is no connection, if you're not on one accord, nothing miraculous is going to happen. There will be no chains, no bondage broken. There will be no deliverance. There will just be you singing, them being entertained. And I think that is something that needs to be addressed. The difference between us worshiping together, even though you like the praise team and you like what they're singing, but there should be some kind of unity there where everybody's here to worship. But I don't agree with beating. I think some of these discussions need to happen in rehearsal. Some of these discussions need to happen off kilter, not offline, I should say. It should happen offline where it's in a setting where it's just us, where you can instruct us, you can reprimand us or rebuke us or reprove or, you know what I'm saying, or encourage. So I don't like when they do it in the mic. It was valid though, but I just don't like the approach. You can tell me if I'm wrong. You can tell me if I'm wrong. But it's something else I didn't like, and it's right here.
And I picked up my niece Linda's moms, and I thank her for allowing us to, amen, to borrow them on this first Sunday, amen. And by the way, it's breast cancer month, amen. Amen. Breast cancer. Now in the spirit, watch where I'm going. In the spirit, make sure you write this on your book. Somebody in the spirit has breast cancer. Oh. Woo! Somebody in the spirit has breast cancer. Amen. If you're not saved in the spirit, you got breast cancer. Amen. Hallelujah. And you're on your way to hell.
You just can't make this up. Okay. If you're not saved, you have breast cancer and you're on your way to hell. I'm not getting with that. I think that was from somebody who has family members and have people in their family, the people that I love that was dealing with breast cancer. I hate this analogy. I hate this analogy to death. What up, Junior? What's up, man? And yeah, I think I saw Chris Patton on here. Chris Patton, let me know you still here. Let me know you still here. But yeah, this kind of bothered me because I'm like, why would you? I think this is going too far. Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, let me say this real quick. I did something last time I was live and I talked about this barbecue place. Chris, could you please post the address of your barbecue spot in the comment section? I was talking about your barbecue spot. Dude, I went there when I was last there for Courtney's funeral, and it was absolutely amazing. Amazing. Absolutely great food, bro. Absolutely. Oh, man. Next time I come into Milwaukee, which will be soon, I'm thinking like in the next week or so, bro, I'm coming back. Pause, but not really. It blessed me so much that beads of sweat was on my head. I was eating that stuff so fast. It was absolutely amazing. That sauce, you need to patent that sauce. You need to sell that sauce in the store, bro. That is so great, man. Great job. Great job. Please post your information in the comment section. I had the logo and everything posted, man, when I last went live. But it's amazing. It really is amazing food, man. Congratulations on a great job with your restaurant, man. Let's support black businesses. But back to her. So, let me see what Cimarron is saying. It's crazy people can say stupid stuff like that. Yeah, but it will be no cancel culture because we're just saying anything in the mic these days. In the mic, we can just say whatever we want to say. Thank you, Christopher. This is the address to his place. I will be posting it again. It's absolutely amazing. But yeah, it's crazy because I'm looking at this and like I said, my family members have had they suspended the game, man. Yo, find out what happened to the young man on the football field, somebody. I don't know. I think they're going home. Okay. But, yeah, and so somebody whose family was dealing with cancer and everything else, I thought that this was despicable. And she's obviously never had, it's in Milwaukee, Susan. It's in Milwaukee. Definitely go up there and see him. But, yeah, and I think that that's horrible. Breast cancer is nothing to mess with. No cancer is nothing to mess with. And it's nothing to make this kind of horrible analogy. You could have just said if you were seeing you going to hell. You You could have just said that if that's your thing. You know, we still got people that, you know, don't even educate on us about hell or anything like that. They just say, you going to hell, everybody going to hell. Your drawers are pink, you going to hell. If you wear a thong for your husband, you going to hell. If you do doggy style, you going to hell. If you do reverse cowboy, you going to hell. If you do anything with your husband, you're going to hell. If you wake up in the morning and the birds are singing, they're singing hell tunes to you. Everything is like you going to hell these days. And I get it. That's what you want to talk about. That's fine. But at least have some biblical element with it. Don't bring up stupid stuff and saying, it's like breast cancer. It's not like breast cancer, because breast cancer attacks children. So is that going to be your next thing? There are children with cancer. There are people who live their whole life as quote unquote righteous as you could believe and still have cancer. I think this is a horrible analogy. You just sit and do that. Absolutely. They love putting people there. And then they get mad and they would literally peed off at Tim Rogers because he had a different concept of hell. I didn't know believing in hell was essential for salvation. Now, Christopher, he's a preacher, he's a pastor. Could you please tell me, is believing in hell essential for salvation? Did Jesus say, if you believe in me and believe in hell, you're going to, did he say this? Then why do we put so much onus on hell? You put so much on that. Thank you, Samurai. He said the Old Testament belief. And they did believe that, and not to Jewish history, they did. They believe anything that happened to you was bad because something you did wrong. I think it's in the book of Job when things would happen to Job. His friends came along and said, hey, you must have did something wrong. You did so, it was on you. You did something wrong, because they equated that. They equated that. Anything that happened, crops didn't come in, you did something wrong, you didn't tick God off, because they knew the God, the Yahweh of Old Testament, he'll just smite you. He'll just make your mohawk just blow up and it'd just be exploding in 30,000 million pieces. Pieces. Man, I hate this kind of teacher, this kind of teaching. Yes, you should absolutely teach about hell. You should absolutely teach about hell. You should teach about eternal salvation. You should teach about that. You should teach about God's love and mercy. You should be teaching about all of these things. But I think from the school of thought that I came from, even when I was younger, it was hell, hell, hell. They even had songs. You want to go to hell? Hell no. Do you want to go to hell? They used to sing these songs. And I'm like, what? I mean, that's the only time you could cuss. And I used to like that part, even though they never sung it in Miracle Temple Church of God in Christ on the corner of 13th and Clay and Gary, Indiana, 46403. They never sung that song in church. But I've been in a couple of Koji churches where they did. And I used to be funny. I always been petty, y'all. I'm sorry. This is just how I was. And they used to be like, you want to go to hell? Hell no. You want to go to hell? Hell no. I mean, I used to get off of, hey, you singing in the church? I might as well get off on it. That's the way I felt about it. Hey, I used to love that song too. Sing it more. You want to go to hell? Hell no. Oh, man. And I was a big enough connoisseur at cussing. I had my fair share of words. I could use them very, very well. I could use cuss words. I was very good at it. I'm pretty decent at a lot of things, playing bass. Some of y'all think I'm good. That's fine. But I was a better cursor. I was a master. When I cuss, I can make my arms do like this and gold rings would come around my arms. I was such a master at cussing. Thank God for deliverance. I still can throw some combos at you. 4-hit combo. Come here. I can still do that with my cuss words. He's in critical condition. Okay. Thank you, Susan. Now, speaking, I know I used to, Cimarron. I'm not sure if I play bass anymore. I think I play like a ukulele, and it's just got different things on there. It's different strains on there. But I saw something. You guys have been sending me this all day, and I thank you. You did. Back when I was growing up, I grew up Keke. Okay, I'm third generation Keke, and we used to have this thing called testimony service. People used to testify about the goodness of God and stuff that used to happen to them. Many people were testifying about their sicknesses being healed. They were testifying about their children doing well in school. And every now and then, this one lady testified that her son had got all seasons report card. And, that's great for people like me. That's not too much. I was an A student. But nevertheless, that's great for your child. Maybe they were struggling, and that's a good thing for you. That's great. That's great. Shout in Jesus' name. But testimony service started to take a weird turn around the 90s because people started to just testify about stuff that was crazy. And you would look up and people testifying about their favorite sex. They was talking about their sex positions and everything else. I had, and God rest his soul, my uncle, but this woman got up and testified that my uncle didn't have the Holy Ghost because he wasn't on fire like this other guy at our church. So my uncle was sitting up there like he I'm not going to repeat what he was singing. He was like singing his praises or whatever because he played guitar and I played bass. I was just starting. And she got up and testified and said, he's not, I just like, he doesn't have the fire. And I'm like, this is really happening. Testimony service then started to be taken out of church and was replaced by praise and worship time or praise and worship. And partly because of stuff like this.
40 years I smoked cigarettes. You probably can hear it in my voice. God told me, if you don't put them down, I'm going to smite your black ass with lung cancer. And ass in the Bible, right? I hope I ain't offend nobody, but that's what he told me, straight up. If you don't put them down, I'm going to give you lung cancer. I ain't picked up one since that day, and I smoked for over 40 years. God delivered me. He delivered me.
Oh, Jesus. Y'all see this? This woman got up there and said that God said he was going to kill, what did he say, kill her black A? Yo. Look, me, I would have started the track. You know what I'm saying? I got to get a track. I got to get a track for one of my little sound things, right? But see, here's my thing. It's going this way. That's why they took it out, because you don't want to give the mic to somebody and then they getting up and saying stuff like that in your church. Now, this church doesn't look like it's a mega church. Smite. That's what she said. He speaks to us all different. Yeah, that's true. So if I was to get up and testify, right? If I was to get up and testify and say, God cleaned me up. And I grew up hood. I grew up Gary, Indiana. As educated as I am, I still have, you can hear it when I talk, I still got a little hood in me. I still talk a little hood. So if I was to get up and I was to testify and say, God made me clean inside.
Look at me. See how I'm all clean and glistening and shit.
So if I was to get up and do that, got stripped down and said, look at me. God cleaned me up. See how I'm all clean, glistening and shit. Y'all would be like, but this is where we are. We get the mic now and people just get the mic and, hey, it's whatever. So if we go back to testimony service in 2023, I would hate to see what's going to happen. I would hate to see what's going to happen. I'm sorry, y'all. I can only be me. This is who I am. I'm this way. I get up there and be like, I'm glistening and shit. See, that's hygiene, nigga. Call me the health inspector for Jesus. Now pick up the soap. No. But seriously, man, that messed me up. Like, she got up there. I give it to her, though, pause. But she felt that thing. She felt like she could say what she wanted to say in church. But here's the thing. The crazy thing is, the way the original Christian church started, where they met in homes, this probably would fly. It's all shy. Trying to get whatever. I think, but see, Junior, James, I agree with you here, but here's the thing. I think she was being genuine. I don't really think she was doing this for shock value and clout. I just think she was speaking. I guarantee you, moms, when she out of church, she can bring the pain. She probably worse than me. Well, let me do it one more time. Come here. She probably can cuss you out like crazy. She probably can cuss you out. She probably the best. See, I'm Leroy Green. She like show enough times 1,000. She like show enough times 1,000,000. You hear me?
Nigga, please.
She definitely is that. She said that for real in church, my boy. And then there's other things that are being said. Now, I'm about to show you something, and I just want you to tell me, do you agree or disagree? Type disagree or agree when I show you this next clip, okay? Let's go.
Because of the kind of pastor I am and because I pastor everybody. You got this in your church? You got, yeah, I got everything in my church. That's how church is supposed to look. The difference in my church and your church, my people are already out the closet. They just waiting on God to deliver. Your people still locked up. The difference in my church, I give them an opportunity to worship God in the way that they know him. And your people still hiding, calling my people at night. Read, woman, read.
Okay, so you saw what she had to say there. Tell me what you think. Do you agree with what she was saying? Cimarron has already commented. I agree. I believe people should be able to be who they are. That's the real meaning of come as you are. But at what I guess my question to Cimarron would be this. At what point would there be constraints? You know, I mean, because if you say, for instance, you have a praise team or you have a choir, would you allow somebody to come up in the choir dressed in full drag if they are a man? You know, would you? I mean, is that going beyond, you know, what is intended to be? You know, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you could be who you are. And and one thing I don't like, and one of the things that I learned when I was in college is how to argue, how to present a position. You don't need to, I don't like when people deflect. You know, stick to the subject. Say, at my church, they're allowed to do this. And then you turn around and say, because at your church, you're doing this. You don't need to do that. Don't worry about that. Just stick to why they should be this. Don't deflect on what somebody else is doing. Whataboutisms are, to me, fallacious positions. You know, it's a mode of deflection. Just speak what you have to say. Don't argue that because, for one, they're not there to argue their position about that either. You know, but Cimarron said he's cool. Christian said he's cool. He said he agreed. Keldrick said he agrees. Let me see. She said, because they're getting my members. Right. That's what I'm saying. They're calling your members. So you could have actually spoke that without having to go there. You know, so I don't know. To me, that's the part where she left me. Okay, but that's what I'm saying, Nancy. That's what I'm saying. Do you allow them to be in leadership? Do you allow them to be on some members? Because once you open that door, how far are you willing to go? I'm not saying she's wrong. I actually agree that they should be able to come to church and be who they are, because you would hope that your love that you were expressing them and the teaching that you would give, that they would, maybe, turn from that, or however your doctrine is. I don't know your churches or whatever, and I'm not going to speak my doctrine here, but this is where I'm going. But do you let them on ministry? Is your church that far? I guess that's my question to those who agree. That's my question. But that was crazy. I mean, I didn't have too much of a problem with it. But because in church in 2023, that's going to be one. It's going to be very, very interesting in this year, because everything is just so crazy left right now. I mean, it's like the left is winning. The right is losing. The right is losing because the right is not even conservative anymore. They just a bunch of quackpots. They crazy. And the left is just saying, hey, we going to do whatever. If you want to associate yourself as a hippopotamus with 3 penises, go ahead, go for it. Okay, that's true. And so at what point, but here's the thing. The truth, how strategic can you be in teaching the truth without making them feel like they're being attacked? You see what I'm saying? Because we live in a day and age where if you so much as say the sky is blue and the rainbows are not, that's not a rainbow, you can get lit up. So how far are we willing to go? Okay, Cimarron. Okay. Let me see. I'm trying to catch up with some of your statements. Thank you guys for commenting. I appreciate that. You just watch who you let to the mic because it could. Okay. Yeah, I agree with you, Christian. Let me see what Cimarron's saying. My honest challenge is that people should pick a church that suits them. Okay, if your modus operation, find a church that suits you. On the other end of it, the church needs to be able to define their culture and stick to it. I agree. As far as leadership, gay is so prevalent and obvious to me. Nobody addresses the people who are gifted, and it's not cool either. It's such a unilateral standard. I agree. It's a complicated, and it is complicated. I feel you should know how to you say something to help a person. I agree. But now you see how complicated this is. I just finished. We're going to talk about that in a second. Best Man. I don't know if you guys have watched it. But it was a very tricky. It could be very, very tricky because you got to first know how they identify themselves. You got men who dress up like women and say, I'm not gay, I'm just binary. And I'm like, binary? Are we doing algebra up in this piece? I mean, it's like what you're confused. And if you get it confused, they're upset with you. Because like I told you guys before, I was in an Old Navy store looking for a uniform, and I can't find the uniform I needed because there was a woman there. And I said, well, ma'am, could you move? And basically, it was a little bit harsher than that, but I'm trying to be nice. And then she said, ma'am. So my confusion was at a heightened level because I'm like, okay, clearly you have breasts. Yeah, your hair is cut short, but I'm like, okay, it was confusing to me. And that was the first time, and actually it was in Wisconsin. I was in Milwaukee. And it was the first time I was ever met face to face with this issue. Like getting past the first hurdle, what do you identify as? And like I said, she was very offended that I said, ma'am, you, what am I supposed to say? I mean, she had breasts. No, and they weren't like men boobs. They were like breasts, like at least a double D. So when she said, ma'am, I'm thinking to myself, okay, wow. I was flabbergasted. I was everything. I want my boy Morris to help me out if he can.
They get confused, bewildered, lethargic.
So that's me. I was confused, bewildered, lethargic, led astray, run amok, all of that. I was literally like, whoa. So when she was like, yeah, no, I'm not a ma'am. I'm a guy. I was like, wait, what? Is this where we at with it? So people make a lot of things. Welcome to Wisconsin. I know. Complicated situation, very simple. People are so easily offended they believe. I know. And the thing is, Christian, is crazy to me because I was not trying to be mean. And a lot of times you're not trying to be mean. So if she identifies as a man, but she's a woman and you say ma'am, or like, because I'm always saying ma'am, and sometimes I even say, my father used to be like this too. Say, oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart. Go ahead. Sweetheart. You can't even be a gentleman these days. Because even being a gentleman is deemed to be sexist. This is where we are. That's what I'm saying. And I feel like it's finding its way slowly but surely, and some people will argue that it's even worse, slowly but surely it's in the church. Well, now we have to cater to your gender identifications in a place where there was clearly in the Bible that you don't dress and act like the opposite sex. You act like a man, you dress like a man. That you died for that. And that's the thing. I say you can't reform anybody you reject. Yeah. And church ain't winning anyone by bashing them. No. Rushing them away. I mean, you said pushing or pushing them away. Okay, pause, summarize. In my experience, responsibility and love leads to deliverance with accountability. I agree with you there. But man, it's here. It's here. It's crazy. And this is 2023. We're gonna have to become really, really strategic on how we deal with these issues. And I feel like because we've swept them under the rug for so long, we're gonna really have to come face to face, pause with these situations. I really believe that. Okay? Gotta do doofus of the week, y'all. Because this is a good one. It's a good one for holiday. Let's do it.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Okay. The young man is in critical condition, y'all. So let's just continue to keep him in prayer. He's in critical condition. He's in the hospital right now. So let's just continue to keep him in prayer. Okay. The young man that collapsed on the football field, they have suspended the game. Man, it's no game. They're literally sitting here talking about it. So let's just keep him in prayer. Let's continue to do that. Okay. But anyway, y'all got to check this out. You know, my Christmas is okay. I pretty much chilled. You know, I rested on Christmas. Believe it or not, I actually rested. I laid here. I watched basketball with football or whatever. I played my football. I actually I got a new preamp in one of my bases, and another one just arrived, and I'm going to be testing out. I should put it here so you guys could see it, hear it. But I actually enjoyed my holiday, and I'm the kind of person, I don't necessarily need to be around people all the time to enjoy myself. You know, I can actually do some things by myself for a little bit. Now, I wasn't by myself the whole time, but the time that I was by myself, I actually enjoyed the rest that I got and the peace that I had, because like I said, my schedule is so hectic. You know, I needed that rest. I needed that time. But anyway, this person was having a holiday and it changed forever in a matter of seconds. And you made Doofus of the Week, I'm sorry, ma'am, for this.
A whole fire going on Christmas. What you burnt, girl? That's just the grease. Some grease. We in here trying to open up Christmas presents and we got a whole fire going.
It gonna explode?
I don't know. You the one putting water? Mama! Mama!
Those of us who are not as smart as I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I'm just thinking, for grease fires, what is the proper way to extinguish the fire? Could you please help a brother out? Please help me out. Come here. For a brother, I'm not the smartest. Tell me, those people who know their way around the kitchen, what's the proper way to put your fire out? Baking soda, Jarrell says, baking soda. I'm thinking baking soda. What if you don't have baking soda? Salt. Okay, I see salt. See, and Chris cooks, so I agree. Flour. Okay, so just for me, could I use water? Could I use water? Is water a good thing? So it's safe to say, if I was at your house, right, and I was getting ready to cook my famous spaghetti, that's the only thing I really know how to make. I know how to make some things well, but spaghetti is one of the things I do very well, because that's what I do. If I was cooking and for whatever reason I decided to fry whatever, the side dish, chicken, because black people, we don't eat spaghetti alone. It's got to go with some chicken or some fish. You know, some of us do spaghetti alone, but most of us is chicken or something. And it's a grease fire, and I try to put water on it. Would that be an issue? Would that be an issue in our house? Or would we all be running and scattering? I mean, make that make sense. Would you be nervous? Would you be nervous? That was just dumb, ma'am. I'm not even a cooker like that. That's why I'm hoping to marry a cooker. Because I can imagine putting water, that thing shot up like whoosh. I was like, good Lord Jesus, what are we doing here? That was crazy, but Happy New Year. Thank you. Wow, that was crazy, ma'am. Just don't use grease. Just don't use grease. I mean, don't use grease with your cooking. Get what's that called? What's that thing? Man, what is it called? See, I'm not a cooker. What is it called? You don't use grease. You just put it in there and you cook it. What is that called? Y'all tell me. It's called something. It's right on the, I can't, man. You don't use grease. It's like a utensil. You don't use grease. You can put chicken in there and you can just close it and it cooks and there's no grease. Air fryer. Air fryer. That's what it is. Thank you, Keisha. I love you, baby. Where you at? You did not come back. Keisha McFarland is one of the greatest singers and one of the most talented singers I know, y'all. She's an amazing, amazing singer. I want my sister to come back home. But air fryer, that's what it is. That would be me. Because I don't like grease. I don't even like fried chicken anymore these days. I like my junk baked or grilled or rotisserie. But if I was to do, it would be that. Because in fact, I'm using my air fryer when I'm done here. But it's not going to be with grease. Jesus. She live in Miami. I'm coming down there. I'm sure it's warm. Welcome to the city where the heat is on all night on the street to the break of dawn. I'm going to Miami. You might as well save me a place, Keisha. I'm going down there. Oh, definitely. I'm definitely going to come down there yeah, Miami is lit. I'm sure it's lit right now. I'm pretty sure it was lit for New Year's. I'm pretty sure it was lit on New Year's. I'm going to get down there. Let's talk offline, Keisha. I got to come down there and see my friend. I love my sister to death. I miss her so much. I miss you. You got it next. If you come back to Chicago, you got to let me know, Keisha. Okay? Love you, sweetheart. But now, let's have some fun, y'all. Okay, let's finish this last 20 minutes with some fun. Y'all ready? Let's have some fun. Let's start off this year. Let's wipe the slate off clean. Derek Hearn has pissed some of you off. Who he think he is? He's not a relationship guru, and I'm not. I just speak. I'm just having fun with you guys. But let's just have some fun. Let's talk about the stuff that we're not going to take into 2023. Okay, and this is my list. This has made my list, and some of the stuff is what I'm incorporating on the show. We know it's going to happen, but I'm just hoping it doesn't. Okay, let's have some fun. Y'all ready? First things first, let's not do this. Let's stop with the eyelashes from hell, okay? These caterpillar long Venus flytraps, let's not bring that into 2023. Okay, let's not do this. Okay? Let's not bring that into. Now, the fellas that I've asked, and I've asked quite a few men over the last couple of weeks, do they like any eyelashes? And majority of them said yes. To my dismay, I said, surely you jest. And they said, no, D, we don't mind the eyelashes. It's the Venus flytraps that we don't like. Those are the ones that they said they don't like. I think, and amazingly now, because I watch, don't call me names, I do watch a lot of makeup videos on YouTube. I'm very excited to watch them because some of you are very, very, very good. They are called single eyelashes. Keisha, y'all help me. The single eyelashes where it takes a little bit more time, but it looks real. Those look more natural, even though they are longer. I like those. Those are okay. Now, you can wear those, but those are not for me, that's not for every day. You coming with me, you with me. I may be small, gospel music ain't that big, but in that small pond, I known. And one of the things that I know that my father's told me is if you were with a man that's known, you got to represent. You can't come looking like you just rolled out of bed into some clothes and then threw this little wig on and you think you're going to be with a man that a lot of people know and respect. Women, they do check out. Yeah, thank you, Rosie, individual. They do check out your man. I mean, your girl. They size you up. They say, oh, no, I can get him from her. They do that. That's the competitive nature of dating. So you do sometimes have to go the extra mile. Ooh, I love it when y'all do those eyebrows. When it's like y'all define them mugs, do that. Yeah, I mean, some of y'all super dope. Lips be popping, everything else. But we don't want them things. If you can't even see your eyeball, you looking around, gotta be like this because you can't find yourself. No. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. So weaves, I'm not going to get on that because even though I love natural hair, I don't care what your natural hair is. I don't care if it's coily. I don't care if it's straight. I don't care if it's whatever. If there is some charm to me when a woman has like curly, my hair is it does its own thing. But if you just wear it, like, of course, wash it and style it. But I don't feel like I don't need you to put on weave from Rapunzel. You know, I don't need you to be like, and you can flick this mug around and kill people across the street. Now, if that is your thing and it brings you style, then of course, if this is you, I'm okay with that. But me personally, if you was to say, well, Derek, what do you like? I would say I like your natural. Just like your natural. I love that. Why? Because I don't want, if I'm running my fingers through your hair, I don't want to feel like I'm rubbing with OG Bobby Johnson with cornrows under that mug. Just wear your hair, sweetheart. I'm okay. You got baby water hair. Yeah, I got my hair texture is weird. Sometimes it's curly, sometimes it's coily, sometimes it's whatever. It's so weird. And if I put anything in it, it's going to wave up or whatever. And that's whatever. Now, let me get on the fellas. Man, let me get on the fellas. Ladies, y'all can have a seat because it's for the B1. Fellas, we know, look, we get our hair cut. I've been seeing too much of y'all going too hard on this dang on spray stuff and the what do they call that? The enhancements. Enhancements are good. I use enhancements. When I cut my hair, I use enhancements every now and then. I'm gonna pop you before you get to Right, Keisha. I know that's right, sweetheart. But look, I use enhancements, you know, especially when you go in somewhere when you about to do something major, you use enhancements, you know, just make everything look more crispy. It makes it look crispier. I understand why we use enhancements, but some of y'all going too hard. The white line, okay. Let me explain. I see I got to educate. Okay. When I cut my hair, right, before we do a lining, we spritz, hairspray or whatever, and it helps the edges lay down so you can get a crisper liner, right? Crispier liner. What usually happens is after you go through with the the trimmer is really what it's called, the trimmer, it leaves a little ash already. A lot of times we'll take a razor blade, and then when you do a razor blade lining around the edges, it makes it even crispier, but the only thing is that ash is still there from the spritz. Those of us who use spritz, you know how that works when it's on your skin. So imagine if it's up here. So when they do that, it's going to leave what they call an ash line. It does make the hair look a little like that white line. Now, there are some barbers that do use the white line because they want that effect. That it's almost like in concealer, how y'all use with y'all eyebrows and y'all kind of shape around to make that line pop, right? Here's the thing. Sometimes when barber is trying to get done or whatever, they leave that white line there and it became a thing. But it's not because they did it on purpose. It's a residue left from either the spritz or that line that they use as a concealer. Now, they can go through and get that off, but it's going to mess up. It may mess up the whole enhancement situation. So they kind of like, okay, we just gonna leave it there. Now, the worst barbers, they have like a whole little big thing looking line over here. You see that. Those are the ones that y'all always catch. But the real good barbers, they know how to make it where it's ever so gentle, where you can see it if you up close on it, but it's there. It's going to happen because of most barbers, especially the ones on YouTube, they will spray it with something so the edges will lay down so they can line it up. That's exactly what that is. And see, and like Janet just said, yeah, they don't usually go that far. They usually just, hey, get you up out of the chair because they trying to get to their next client. But that explains why that white line exists. It's not because they did something that they just made up. It's that ash line from that razor or your clippers, because my FX clippers up in there light you up. You'll be running up out of there. They feel like razor blades. Though some of them are. So, look, some of them are, Keisha, but a lot of them are not. A lot of them are not. I've seen it go both ways. I've seen the horrible ones, and I see the ones that like are ever so faint. You can see it if you up close on it. But yeah, but listen, I said all that to say the enhancement has been going crazy. Look, I have a beard. I don't know if y'all know this, my beard, and it's not a struggle beard. My beard actually connects. Can y'all see my beard? It actually connects. And I have a full beard, and there's a little salt and pepper going on in there now, showing my age, right? But if your beard is not full and it doesn't connect, Don't use paint to cover it up. Just be happy and line it up the best you can and keep rolling. But see, I know the ladies like to talk about the men with those quote unquote struggle beards. But if you don't have a full beard, just be happy. Okay, this is what God gave you. You don't have a full beard. But you don't have to go aboard. I mean, now, some enhancements, they got enhancements that make it look natural. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about the ones that look like somebody just sat here and just, I'm not going to get up and get my thing because I actually have a professional one. I have the one with the gun, the air thing and everything. But you have to be light with it, pause. It has to look natural. It has to look, that's the point of enhancement. It's not supposed to replace. It's supposed to make it look natural. As you age, your hairline as a man, it's not going to be as crisp as it was when you were 17. That's true. That's life. So the enhancement helps us men like that. You're going to get a lace front beard. Listen, I'm just trying to educate y'all because I think you ladies, y'all like to come for us kind of hard, pause, but not really. But with our beards. Y'all say y'all got those struggle beards. So some men feel like they beard. My beard, like I said, I don't have that problem. I have a full beard. It connects on both sides. Some of us don't have that. They got the Frederick Douglass situation going on from the 1800s, where it'll stop right here. It'll be hair, and then it'll stop right here, or they be a little bit right here. Just line it up or wear a goatee. See, y'all messed it up for us. Men, we changed with the market. When all the ladies like, oh, I like men with beard. We going to get beards, but some of us that can't grow beards, it's not in our genetics to grow beard full. And then it was the one thing that I'm not going to talk about, fellas, that's not going to help your hair grow on your face either. She'll love it, but your hair face is not going to grow doing that. That's a lie. There is nothing in the female anatomy that has super juices going to make your face hair grow. Okay. So that's a lie. Just be happy what you got, line that mug up and keep going. But out of all things, don't do this. Don't do this. It's getting out of control. This is ridiculous. What are we doing here? Pick a struggle. What is this? Can somebody, I will, please, I will take you out to whatever you want to go if you can tell me what this is. Tell me what that was, ma'am. Can somebody please tell me what that is? What was that? Can somebody please help me? Do you need to see it again? Here we go. I don't know what this is. Please tell me. Help me. Help me. Help me. Help me. Where's my thing? Help me. Help me. Help me. Help me. I don't know what that was. That a disaster? That was on a good day. I don't know what this was. Sir, no. I just can't. I can't. Let's leave that in 2022. So far, we've left super snuffleupagus eyelashes. We've left ridiculous hairlines and overuse of enhancements. Use the enhancements, fellas, but don't abuse it. We're not supposed to know it's enhancements like that. Now let's go to sports. One of the things that I want us to leave that's not, because it happened even today, is the LeBron versus Jordan debate. Can we leave this in 2022? No, we're not, because the closer he gets to Kareem, we got people saying this. I'm so tired of arguing this thing with these people. It's a pointless argument at this point. You can either like LeBron or like Jordan, but these debates are so stupid because they're mostly held by people who wasn't even born. You were still swimming in your father's left one with your other brothers and sisters to understand what Jordan was doing. So can we just leave it alone? Just say they're both great. I'm okay with that. I like LeBron. I think he's great. I got his shoes, for crying out loud. 3 freaking pair. I probably got more pairs. Here's the crazy thing. I got more LeBron shoes than some of his most avid fans. And they call me a hater. You can't make this shift up. And let's leave this in 2022. Let's leave this. Because now they creaming over him. They creaming over Luka. I'm like, dude, now they got a cream over you. Bro, what are we doing here? We don't need to cream over Luka. What are we doing? Now they saying he's better than LeBron. He's better than MJ. Dude, he's what? Let's leave. Can we leave this in 2022? Let's leave this in 2022. That's a debate that doesn't need to happen. You don't need to put everybody against Michael Jordan. Just let these people be great. I know it's good for ratings. I know it's good for talk and everything else. But we as fans learn how to debate at the very least. If you know how to debate, we can do that. But y'all just over the top. Can we just please? Oh no, they've been waiting for this. They've been waiting for this since Bird. I know how this works. They've been waiting for this since Larry Bird. They've been waiting for that player that they can say is better than all these. Stop. Yeah. He's good. John, he's super good. Nobody's debating he's not good. But are we ready to say he's better than Jordan now? And I can stop this debate with one sentence right now. You ready? The debate is over right here. He doesn't play defense. He has the worst defensive efficiency out of any superstar in the league. The debate is over. The debate is over with that one. You can't play defense. You can't be in the top 5, period. Larry Bird can play defense. He ain't nowhere on that level. Now, here is something I do want to happen. I want to see more of in 2023. As a musician, as somebody that plays in church. Not all the time. I understand we live in a different time. But I would love to see my professional black brothers to wear suits. I want us, not for that, suits. I want to see us in suits, fellas. I want to see us wear more suits. I want to see us more decked out. It's a reason why I've been wearing more suits and dressing up on my show lately. I want to exhibit that level of professionalism. Men in suits, y'all love men in suits. Ladies love us in suits. I get more compliments when I'm in suit. They love it. They can't get enough of it. We're going to get to the other part, so don't beat me to the punch. And some of you, I talk to a lot of younger men. They be like, well, why do I need to wear suits? There is an element to men wearing suits. Now, please don't tell you I'm saying this every time. I'm not saying it. But every now and then, wear a suit, dress up. Wear a suit and jacket. Look, today I just got like a nice little shirt on, nice little half turtleneck with my little pocket. I always throw that. Wait, I got to get used to that. Pocket square. Nice little pocket square. Learn different ways to do pocket square. Learn different ways to tie a tie. There are many ways to tie a tie. Y'all be slovenly sloppy with these ties. The double Windsor is a very, 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 very good tie. A knot. The Prince Albert. That's a very good. Know about those. These are the knots that you will use. You need to up your game. Women do like that. Thank you. Once a month is fine. I don't care if it's once every. I think a man should have a black suit. I think a man should have a blue suit. I think a man should have a tan suit. If you got those 3 suits, I posted this before. If you got those 3 suits, you can't go wrong. You can wear anything with them. But I'm telling you, women like and men look good in suits. We see you in jeans. You see you. I got more shoes in here. I got so many closets here. But I got shoes in all of them, mostly gym shoes. And women, yeah, they like my shoes. They're like, man, you got J's, you be doing this, you be doing that. But when I wear a suit, dude, and gray, there it is, in gray. I do got a gray. Yeah, gray. You can't go wrong with that. And you say, well, why do you wear suits? Let me explain. They project success. If a guy's wearing a suit, he must have done something right. What woman wouldn't like a part of that man's success? They complement your body. Suits make your arms, your shoulders look wider. Women, those are things that attract women. Those are like pheromones for women. They love to see that. They have style. They show that you can be fashionable. You don't necessarily have to be in a jeans or anything like that. You can wear it at any time. What up, Damien? It's timeless. You can wear it. It will always go. And here's the thing. It shows, it exhibits a monetary status even if you don't have one. A black suit. That's why I'm so harsh on my dudes at the church. A black and white suit with a tie looks so. Ricky Dillard is man. Look, he'd be like, "You better wear. It better be crispy white." He want that stuff. He want us to look away. And I always wondered why Ricky used to do that. Why he used to say that. And I used, when you young, you always try to buck the system. Ricky actually said it looks professional. It looks professional. It looks like you are about something. I will never, Ricky, if you ever watch this, I will never forget you saying that to me. He said, you want to look the part. You are the part. You're a professional musician. You need to look the part. Ricky is big on that dressing thing. He doesn't play with that. Y'all, and y'all people like to go at Ricky and everything. I learned a lot from Ricky Dillard as far as how to carry myself in a professional way. So he actually taught us that. All right? You wear these suits, fellas. Watch, and you gonna see, you gonna listen. Wear these suits, get a nice haircut, keep your hair cut. I know we can't afford it every week, but do every other week, once a month at the very minimum. I personally want you to learn how to cut your own hair, but because self-maintenance is a big part of being a man. But if you don't have the time to learn how to cut your hair, at least take out a little bit a month for your hair cutting. Okay? Let's leave. I have no hair. Well, it's easy to maintain then, is it, Willie? It's easier to maintain. If you watch our live, I serviced from yesterday. I had on my black and white with my knot, my tie clip. Listen, women love it, fellas. And I'm gonna get on the ladies, but just not right now. Here we go. Next thing, musicians. Musicians, this is for y'all. Can y'all smell yourselves? Because if y'all can't, we sure can. And not all musicians stink, but I know a couple. It should be 0, by the way. My nose is burning in this service. Out of all the days my nose wants to be wide open, this ninja wants to come to this church smelling like why and what happened. It's so bad, and it's only getting worse because it's a small closed space. Like, you gotta be kidding me. This isn't just one time with this person either. This is the second time I've been here and nothing's changed. 3 times a charm. Next time I'm saying something, you should have said something first time. Now, this happened in 2017. This was posted today. Obviously, it still happened. Let's take showers and follow through on the necessary steps. Okay, here we go. Now, this is absolutely true. Fellas, let's leave the stanky balls and aspirations in 2022. The day of that is dead, okay? Wash your stinking asses, inspirations. Wash your butts. Wash your underarms. Wash your balls. It is a shame when women are disgusted by it. I don't want that on us, fellas. Musicians, I'm hear my heart. I'm crying out to you. I don't want this on us. And do y'all know this is really a thing? Have we gone this far that we don't understand this is a thing? Women are around here saying we smell bad. Your aspirations. That's what I mean. They are around here saying it's bad because if it ain't weed, it's funk. If it ain't funk, it's ball mildew. If it ain't ball mildew, it's car seats. If it ain't that, it's our feet. If it ain't that, it's the mildew from our clothes that we ain't washed in the week. At what point do we actually step up as men and say, hey, I care about the way I look. I care about the way I smell. The one thing you can say about me, and most women that go to Powerhouse and anywhere that they ever see me, they know. They walk up to me and they be like, man, what you smell like today? I know you're going to smell good. They know that. That's one thing they're going to say about me. They know I'm going to be clean. They know I'm going to be smelling good. That should be your mode. Nobody should ever say you smell good. Why? Because it should be a thing already. I don't want that for us. That we broke and that we stink. And now let me flip it on the ladies. I see your sticky balls and right. I'm not messing with you. I'm not messing with you. But listen, I keep telling y'all, we move with the market, right? One of the reasons why some of them musicians and men don't change because they funky is because you let them jump up and down on you with their stanky selves. If you stop giving them attention, they will change. If you stop letting them hit, if you stop letting them clap those cheeks, they will change. We change with the market. As a man, you shouldn't come out smelling like that. But if you're a woman with any kind of decency, you smell his balls when them drawers come down. First of all, they look like crust in the crotch area. It's brown where the crotch area is. You can see that when he dropped them, and now you smelling everything like Freddy Krueger's knives, and you mean to tell me you still gonna let them clap cheeks? Is this what we're doing? No. Have some decency. We move with y'all. You think I'm lying? Go into church and see how many beards you catch on men. We weren't wearing beards before women said y'all found that sexy. We weren't wearing beards. I rocked the goatee for years. I had hair. I never really, I kept this part, and I would lie and have but when women start saying, hey, I like beards, here come old Saint Nick. Now you got me out here looking my salt and pepper. I'm just saying, there is a charm. It does no good for you to wear a suit and you stink. And some of you, we don't even need, look, if you smell good, you need a sign to say so. Last thing, buy a god doggone iron. I'm so sick and tired of y'all coming up in here looking all wrinkled. I'm so sick of it. Buy an iron. That's disrespectful. You coming in, you coming into service. You coming in before people, you sitting in front of people, you want to be seen, but your hair not cut, you didn't shower, your clothes are mildewed and they wrinkled. But then you want to talk about a woman should be high value for you? You can't make this shift up. You can't make it up. So let's leave that, fellas. Let's leave that in 2022. Let's leave that in 2022. Let's do better. I think that's the main thing. Let's just do better. You should always grow every year. You're growing older. Why not grow in wisdom and every other aspect? Yeah, if I'm blessing you, let me know. Now, a steamer is good too. I like a steamer. I have 3. There's one right here, actually, because I use it for my green screen. And so I have a steamer there. I got one there. I keep one in my other when I travel with it. But most of the time, when I get to my hotel room, I'm ironing before. My brother Carl Hearn actually was he the one that turned me on to ironing like that because I was just like y'all. But the difference is I was a child. I was 16, 15 years old. So I would just put my junk in the dryer and then let's go. But my brother used to take the time out and iron. And I saw how crisp his clothes looked. And I was like, man, that should be me too. Man, I'm ironing. Miss Lynn, no. Would you move this iron board? Would you move this iron board? No, it's going to stay right there where it is. Where's that iron board going to always be, Miss Lynn? In the same place. All right? I love y'all. Lotion, yeah, but lotion, that goes without saying. Now, the reason why I try to have my lotion, because like when the police come in, they look at your car and be like, why you got lotion in your passenger seat? What you been in here doing? So to keep myself from the pause moments, from popos pulling me over, I kind of got a special place like behind my seat where I put my lotion. But lotion goes a long way. But I could deal with your dry skin as long as it's clean. Just little things. See, y'all gonna take it to the whole nother level. Y'all saying lotion and everything. I'm just trying to get some. I just don't want to smell balls. I'm happy with that part of it. you know. Now, if y'all interested in colognes or oils and stuff like that, hit me up because I know, listen, I got a dude right now to deliver to your house. You don't do colognes. Some of y'all like the oils. I kind of like the oils because they do last longer. So oils, if you want to do oils or whatever, but just, I don't know. I just don't like when men, period, but my constituents, my musicians, my brothers, I just don't like them when we don't have a great representation. I think our representation should be, better. We are men and we're growing to be men. And, I think we should be better. We should present ourselves better. He usually charges, he does like a sale, 3 for $20 or some junk like that. Man, they're big bottles. I don't have any here with me, but they're in my one of my bathrooms. And it's usually like this size and it's pretty nice size. And he got all the ones, Dior's or whatever. And like I said, if you don't like the colognes or it's out of your range to buy those colognes, then get the oils. The oils work very well. And they last a very long time. Okay, I will, Cedric. Keldrick, I'm sorry. All right, so where was I at? Okay, now let's leave it. Something else we should leave. Let's move on to the stuff that we talk about on this show. Let's learn how to live on. Yeah, I know that contact high is crazy, David. Let's learn how to move on from toxic relationships. Some of us are in very, very, very toxic. I didn't say dysfunctional. There's a difference between dysfunctional and toxic. Toxic is it can end to your some of them can end you loss of your life. Check this out, y'all. This is crazy, but we'll talk about it on the other side.
Wasn't together and filled in that puzzle piece, no problem, bro. And I've been a solid bitch since day one, bro. How many of y'all niggas hit me up and I just open your shit and be dry, bro? My loyalty won't allow me to do that shit, bro. My loyalty won't allow me to say that shit or play them games, my nigga. This nigga really play with me, bro. When I tell y'all, mark my words, I'm going to fuck my baby daddy. I'm ruthless. I'm going to fuck my baby daddy, bro. I'm going to fuck my baby daddy. I'm ruthless, bro. It takes a lot to get to this point, too. Mark my words. I'm not a hoe at this point. This is...
Stop. Why is he crying? See, this is one of the things we need to leave in 2023. Men and women. This is a woman. This is a man platform, so it's going to be her. First of all, leave women that talk like this alone. Don't even bring them into 2023. Leave them in 2011. She's talking like a man, bro. Dude, who was taking it here? You crying like the girl. I'm thinking she was bending you over, bro. She was clapping your cheeks. And you need to leave these toxic women alone. They serve no purpose for you. They don't serve a purpose. Anybody that's toxic, they serve no purpose for anyone. But she just clearly says she's going to go and smash her baby daddy. Which means you came into a situation where she already had a kid, and then you're going to now cry? Do not give them the satisfaction of crying. If you were hurt, man, you better man up. Be like, man, go then. You get out my car. And then when she get out, then you cry like a rat eating onions. Then you cry. If you that hurt, then you cry. But don't give them the satisfaction. That's a simp move. You gave her all the satisfaction. You were, who raised you? Bro.
Who raised you?
That is a man. She probably, wait, I got to do it one more time for y'all. She probably, this dude.
Look at me. See how I'm all clean and glistening and shit.
That's her. She probably got hairy balls. What in the world? Can we leave the toxic relationships? Don't talk about it. Leave. Let your legs, men and women, let your legs do the talking for you. Okay? Just leave. That's not going to hurt you. That's not going to help you. She's obviously gone. And if she's talking and saying, I'm going to sleep with my baby daddy, then guess what? He was already clapping them cheeks. She just let you know that she was going to do it now. And you sat there and you cried like a little bit. No. But thank you. Let your feet testify. Thank you. Listen, let your feet testify. That's what I'm saying. Now I'm going to give you a hand clap for that one, man. I'm going to give you a hand clap for that. Let your feet testify. Yeah. No, don't do that. Don't give them the pleasure. That's crazy. So let's leave that. But it's something else it's been an influx. And we're going to be breaking this down, okay? Let's do it. But it's an influx of this. One of the things I want to be left in 2022 is the rise of the simp. Remember we did that show, Night of the Living Simps? They come in different forms. Y'all check this out. We're going to be breaking this down. I should have put this on in the theater, but let's just do it here. Here we go.
Bitter Men Podcast got you brothers out here really tripping, man. Y'all want to keep comparing black women to women of other races as it pertains to their femininity, but you don't want to compare yourself to their men as it pertains to your masculinity. Those women's men have governments. They have militaries. They have economies where they provide for their people, in particular their women. You want black women to be so soft for you, but they on the same plantation with you and you ain't provide them with no freedom. All you want to do is vote for a white man to change your life. You want to go get a white man to give you a job. If the white man is providing everything for you, how a woman supposed to have respect for you and your masculinity? You ain't fighting for black folks' autonomy. You ain't fighting to create your own stuff for black people, for our women to be comfortable with us. If you are not a part of the liberation struggle, you deserve a hard woman because you a bitch.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
Okay. That's a lot to unpack. Number one, he said those people have governments. They have militaries. Fool. Every white man in this country doesn't have access to military and government. In fact, a lot of them in the same place where we are. They're working every day. They're punching a clock every day. They're working the same jobs that we are. A lot of them. A lot. So for you to make that statement shows your ignorance. Number two, there were over 300 revolts in this country during slavery. 300. And guess why a lot of them failed? Because of men like you. Men that took pleasure in degrading the other men and going at them and speaking to them. And they were part of the reason that went and yelled to said slave master what was going to happen. The black men did their best to try to revolt. But tell me, sir, when you expressed the military, we didn't have the weapons that they have. They had more weapons. It was one movie when Tom Cruise was in. This is The Last Samurai. It was a very good movie. But if you saw that movie, or if you were to watch it, you watch it in the very end. They were revolting. They were fighting against this power. But the Americans supplied them with some weapons that could defeat those samurai. And one of those weapons is what we know now as a Gatling gun. A Gatling gun is what they call a street sweeper. It's one of those guns that it spins like this, and bullets just, and it's almost like you can mow down a forest with that gun. That's the artillery that you run into when you try to revolt. We tried. We were not successful. And you say we work for the white man. What jobs do you have, fella? The shirts that you're wearing, who made that? Where did you buy it? Did you buy it at a black store? Did that black store own a textile mill? No. You were out here going at black men because you were simping, and the comment section was lit. Speak, King. He's speaking. No, everything that you said was a bunch of bullshit. That's what you said. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it's not historically accurate. See, that's the part of being a simp. They say things that they know are not true. And then they go and press it for amens and likes. And let me end this by saying this. No man deserves a hard woman, the same way no woman deserves a feminine man. But you're not going at the women for being hard. You're telling men that we deserve to be treated like a bed. And I disagree. If you do not like the men that we are presenting you, with, then find other better men. It's really that simple. I don't need this Pooh Bear to tear me down. I don't need, because for one, he's lying to you. And he's Derek Jackson. See, this is the kind of shift that y'all listen to and y'all end up with Derek Jackson, who then in turn left a black woman for another ratchet hood bandit. But y'all were listening. He's speaking the truth. Speak, King. Only thing he did was sell y'all a lot of foolishness, and you listened to it instead of the men that, instead of asking us the minute you would want or the minute you that are in your market. Oh, well, dang, we're not in your market. You're in the higher level. I'm sorry. But could you come down here so I can speak to you? Come down here with us lowly people. Thank you. Come down. I'll kneel at your feet, ma'am. There we go. Have you ever thought that you should ask us what we're looking for and why do we consider you to be masculine? Have you ever? No, don't go back up. Come back down. Because we could tell you. Because you so high and mighty caught up in the clouds thinking you better than what you are. So you look down on your nose at us and you treat us like we should be accepting of a masculine woman. Because we're not making what you think we should make. Or we're not tall enough. Or we're not powerful enough. And you refuse to work with us. By tearing us down, by calling us big to whatever, by calling us that and siding with him, is that helping us or is it hurting us? Now, last I checked, this doesn't help you. Come back down, ma'am. It doesn't help you. Because while you're up there, you're the least desirable group to marry. So while he's pumping you up and he's not holding you accountable and he's not even trying to figure out why that exists for you when you're one of the most beautiful people on the earth. So why are you more beautiful, but you are the least desirable for marriage? This is a conversation that you don't want to hear. So you listen to him, but you won't listen to the men that you qualify for. You didn't want to hear Kevin Samuels. Like my son said, that's true. That's true. You didn't want to hear him. But you listen to the simp. You need to stop listening to simps because only thing they want is your viscous innards. Once they finish with you, they're going to throw you away just like everybody else. And the men that are good men, that are hardworking men, the men that you going to be masculine to because you listening to idiots like this, they're going to toss you off your list and they're going to move on and they're going to buy passports or they're going to go somewhere else. And then what you going to do? You're going to say, oh, there you go with them old fat girls. I live in a neighborhood where it's only 8% of us. I go over to the store over there and the men that got them they don't look like what you say they do. So you need to stop. The simps you need to stop listening to these panda bears and simps because they ain't gonna do nothing but leave you all alone. I ain't gonna get no amens. Super simps like this dude. Stop it. Leave the simps there. And another thing we need to leave in 2022 is silverbacks.
It's about to be 2023. It's okay to date bigger, fatter women publicly. If anybody got a problem with it, tell them to grow the fuck up. You love who the fuck you love. All right? Stop being ashamed.
Fellas, is this a woman that you want to be with? Fellas, is this a woman that you would see? It's okay. This is what I'm talking about. He said we deserve masculine women. Not only you masculine, but you aggressive. You got that dang on bonnet on, them tattoos everywhere, and you taking up both of those seats in that front seat, ma'am. Then you say it's okay. Then you say grow the F up. So I'm not grown if I don't want a woman twice my size. This is what I'm saying. So somebody else came. This is what we need to leave in 2022, fellas. Leave them argumentative, combative silverbacks where they stand. Do not smash them. Do not take them out. Don't buy them no chicken nuggets. Nothing. Leave them to their misery. In 2022, let them marinate in it. It's everything. It's everything. But somebody said something, and I'm going to let y'all check it out because there's a part 2.
This comment makes no sense. What does dating a bigger, fatter woman publicly has to do with dating a broke man?
I've been broke before and people still dated me. I dated broke people. So how can you compare those two? What does that got to do with the video I just said? Like, and it's y'all men. Y'all men, y'all are so, you know what? You know what? BFFR. Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. No. Here's the thing. There's this thing called the sexual marketplace, right? What women want from men is different from what men want from women, okay? Women want things differently from men. The stuff that we find valuable, y'all don't find valuable for men. So we desire, the first thing we see is your looks. And the thing that you desire from us is our power, our money, our whatever. Those are things that you find value because you say broke men all the time. She said, well, I dated men dated me because I was broke. We don't care about your money, ma'am. But it is the same thing. A man being broke is equivalent on the marketplace as your weight. There are many men that don't want to date morbidly obese women. Period. Across the board. And this ain't me. This is statistics. The stats say so. And so y'all find that little small increment of men that may go there, and then you say, there's a lot of men. No, it's not. Now, I'm not talking about women with some curves. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about women that are morbidly obese. It's not a lot of men that like that. And so it equals out. Women don't like to date broke men. I just had a conversation with somebody. She ain't trying to date nobody broke. Nobody trying to date that broke man. Just like most men with money, my fellas that's making over 100,000. When you on the market looking for a woman, do you go looking for a woman that's twice your weight? No, you don't. You don't want a woman that you got to roll over 4 times before you can even find a hole. No, you don't want that. Now, if that's your wife, she had your children, that's not what I'm talking about. There is a difference between, there's a slight difference between big and obese. Your BMI would call you obese, but fellas, some of us, we like them curvy. I don't mind it. I don't want you all encompassing though. You ain't finna just lay on me like King Kong Bundy, But no, but that aggressive stuff, no. And see, one of the things we need to leave in 2022, fellas and ladies, we need to stop giving passes for unacceptable behavior. The stuff that's ratchet, the stuff that's not acceptable for women to project themselves to be, especially of a certain age, this is something that we don't need to be doing. We don't need to be saying, oh, that's okay. Let her live her life. No, because that's a reflection of you, and it's a reflection of our young generation because they follow these people. They do what they do. If you're 40 years old, you twerking up on stage, people gonna see that. People gonna see that. And that's why I had a problem with this. Not that. Where is it? This.
When you look at my neighbor, tell him what used to be on my back. Woo! Is now under my feet.
So, now this may be an edit, the song in there, whatever. I don't know if it was the music that was with it. But here's my problem. She still was clearly shouting. And I put in my comment section, I said, and when I posted, I said, church girl. And you said, dang, some people's like church girl. And one of my friends, I respect him, he offered his opinion on that. And then here's my thing on that. When I say church girl, fellas, let's be honest. It's the second of the year. Okay, let's keep this thing 100. Okay. There is a thing with church girls. For me, church girls is different from girls that are believers. Believers are different. Now, I'm not a fan of the no true Scotsman fallacy. I'm not a fan of that. That's a fallacy. Like, say, for instance, you say, well, you got all these thugs or whatever over here. You say, well, all black men that wear skinny jeans and wear smoke weed, they're not thugs. No, that's a fallacious argument when you got all these that's doing the same thing. So it could be labeled with you. No true Christian would do that. But all of these people are calling themselves Christian. You're not allowed to take this one person out because it doesn't suit your narrative. No, if this person is calling himself a Christian, you have to put them all together. And so when you're shouting and then you turn around and twerk, this is part of the norm, because if we can keep it honest, that's the way a lot of men feel about a lot of you, that you will shout and you will shake it for the men folk in the same day, and probably get those cheeks clapped. Now, if she did this in the privacy of her own home and people taped it and posted, I can get that. She was messing around or whatever. And that was an argument. She was just messing around. She don't do that. This is not what she does. She don't do that. Whatever. This is not what she does. I'm telling you, and I would present this argument. Since she got that BBL, them BBLs killing y'all, and your thighs don't match. I'm telling you, ever since she got the BBL, she been going hard. So this wasn't an isolated event.
Memories of you, when you were what?
Now, listen, that don't look good. I had to stop the video. She can sing her tail off. That's what I'm saying. She can sing her tail off. And I'm going to get there, but she can sing her tail off, but why? But that don't look good, ma'am. No. She look like Now, for the person that said this was an isolated event, did this look like the same hotel, the same outfit, or was it something different? And she looked prego in this video. Did that look the same? Oh, wait, she's on stage. Oh, dang. So I just showed you 3 instances where it wasn't an isolated event. This is what she's been doing since she got that BBL. And the women in the comment section were celebrating it. Let me tell you something from a man that's professional, a man that has been walking into his success. I've turned the corner. I'm not just a musician out here. I got some things going on. And as a man that's realizing that Kevin Samuels was actually right. When you start to do better things, you start to become more successful, your options they do increase. Now, I'm not looking for these options, but still, they have presented themselves. That's true. So now I can speak on some things and say, hey, sister, it does change for you. You see things differently. You don't accept the same thing. Kevin Samuels said men of high-value men don't accept women like that. But she's married. And y'all will wonder, well, she got married. He's worth $3 million. There is always a simp somewhere. There's a simp. Because only a simp will marry a woman that's got over 10 kids by two different other dudes, one of which left her because of her attitude. She had 2 men before you. You waited for her almost. It's almost like you waited for her and then you got married and then now you with her, but she's still out here with BBL shaking her butt in front of anybody that would look. Do that look like a respectable thing? Does that look like something that a high-value woman would be doing? Does that look like, if you were married and you are a man that's a professional, a doctor, lawyer, engineer, or somebody that's in that field, only men in entertainment would like this. And those seem to be the kind of men that a lot of them want to go for. Because educated, successful, or men with trades, or even everyday hardworking men don't put up with this crap. But it's acceptable behavior. And they say, well, men like it. I got over 300, almost 300 likes on Instagram. I got a few likes on Facebook. For some reason, Instagram, when I post pictures, obviously it gets more traction. But on Facebook, they get, people liking. But out of all the men that commented, I counted maybe 2 or 3 that said no. All the rest of them were in agreement. But here's the thing that y'all not seeing. Here's the thing. None of them said, I wonder what she's like as a wife. I wonder what she's like as a girlfriend. I wonder what her attitude is like. I wonder what her personality is like. They all said something about clapping those fake cheeks which means what? You can get a man to lay with you, but can you get him to stay with you beyond the lay? You can't make this up. That's why you don't give in to that kind of behavior. If she will shake her hind parts in front of everybody for the world to see, you have to think about it. What woman in her right mind with children, raising children, would be wanting to do this? Entertain. Ma'am, you have a wonderful voice. There's a video that I got. I'm not going to share it right now because I don't want YouTube tripping, but she sang with Kurt Carr for Every Mountain. The woman can sing her butt off, literally and metaphorically. She can sing. You didn't need to do this. You could let your voice do your talking. Why did you feel the need to turn around and shake your hind parts? And I'm going to tell you why. It's two things. It's two things that are Achilles heel for the American modern woman, and that's dick and attention. If you can get both of those, you feel like you run the world. Dick and attention. Those are the two things that will run you to the ground. It will run you to the ground. Because you would do anything for that. You will post pictures that you know your husband wouldn't. If I'm a Christian man and I'm a believer, I'm following Christ, I'm trying to do the best I can, then it's unacceptable for my wife to be having her butt cheeks hanging out like Sierra does with Russell Wilson. That's simp behavior, because only a simp would allow his wife to dictate and make him transform his belief system to fit her narrative. And we're going to get to best man. We're going to get to best man. Matter of fact, let's go there now. I saw this show. Now tell me, I liked it. I think they did a good job. I actually really think they did a good job with the show. I didn't. Now, those of you who really know me, Damien, that's my blood. He knows me. Miss Lynn knows me. Who else here? Willie knows me. Who else is here that really knows me? I'm looking up. Rose, you knows me. You know me. Jeremiah, you know me. Susan, you getting to know me. It was pretty good. I actually enjoyed it. I don't really like these kinds of shows, and I watched it. I enjoyed it. Tiana, you know me. You know I don't like lovey-dovey, all these movies. I like Best Man because it was a good fight. Best Man was really good. Best Man Christmas was really good. I'm not going to go into too many spoilers, Damien. T-Mac. So, I thought it was good, but there's some elements here. And it goes to this whole simp thing, all right? And we're done. We're just talking about Best Man right now. The element that drove me crazy about this thing is this. The family structure in our community is so jacked up because we have, and y'all gonna get mad at me, I really don't care. We have a family structure that's built on the men not necessarily being leaders. Out of all of the families that's on that show, Lance was the only one that had a real housewife. Mia, even though she was college educated, she went to college. It seemed like she was more happy being a housewife than she was trying to do a career. And as crazy as Lance was and out there and wild he was loving her, and I believe he was a great husband to her. He was and he was able to curve his animalistic like sexual appetite. His appetite was curved on the show. Mia presented herself to be a housewife. But what I got from that, and y'all gonna be mad, and I really don't give a damn, but it's indicative of our culture today, where we're raising women not to be housewives. We're raising them to have their own mind, do their own thing. And even though that's a good thing, but if you was to see this show, it's indicative and it's cataclysmic for a traditional family structure where the father is now having to be the nanny. The father is the one that had to pick up the kids and do this and cook for them and everything else. And it could be if you are of a mindset of a traditional family, now if you're of a modern, do you? But if you are if you're a traditional minded man, I am. That could be catastrophic, because in one hand you had a woman that wanted to pursue her career and put family second, but I married you to be my wife. You see what I'm saying? And so that can be very, very, very troubling for a traditional family. And some of the characters, which was weird, she became a housewife. The one that you would never, I'm not going to tell Willie the story, but one of the characters that you would never ever think would be a housewife became one. And she was able to change one of the craziest character in the whole series into a stable husband by being a housewife. But that's the part that they were ripping her about, being a housewife. But she became a good housewife, and she was able to keep that man, and he went straying, which was weird. I figured, hey, he gonna be all over the place. He wasn't. He stayed with that woman. Lance stayed with Mia, right? Now you had the other ones. Their wives wanted to be out here and be career girls and everything else. One of their marriages fell, and the other one was on the brink of it. And this is what you see. So you got men like me that's actually a career-minded man. Can you have a career-minded woman that, but how's that going to work for your house? And it's one thing if you marrying a woman and you knew that it's going in, but it's a totally different thing when you are in a marriage and now you want to be a career, you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to do this. Can somebody tell me where that relationship is going to end? Tell me where that relationship usually ends. When you are in a marriage and now this family structure that was solid with the man leading and providing and a woman taking care of the kids and both of us helping raising the children and doing stuff around the house, the traditional family was almost eliminated now because you now want to be here and you want to do this. But God didn't place us to do this. God placed us to do this. So if you are more concentrated on your career and your own thing, not only are you not going to do this, you're not even going to do this. I'm going to show you something. You're going to do this. You're going to go away. It's going to go away from me. Your family structure is going to be eliminated. And this is what you see in this movie. In the series, and you saw it. And see, Derek because I've always been good at English literature, I've always been good to understand where a writer's going or give a different perspective of what's happening in movies and books that I've read and read. I see this thing in a totally different way. People see this movie, I see it as indicative of something else. So it was an argument for those of us who've seen it. There was an argument. And I hope Elisha covers it because I wanted to watch it. Elisha Sumo. So go to his page and please subscribe to him. His name is Elisha Sumo. He's very good. He's a content creator. It was the question, was Robin the villain? Who is Team Robin? And who is Team Harper? See, that was the argument. The men tended to side with Harper. Then you had some men that sided with Robin. Most of the women sided with Robin. Let me tell you what I think. What Robin did was perfect before she got married. Let me say that again. What she wanted to do for her life was perfect before she got married. This is why it's important to have communication before you walk down that aisle. Some of y'all want to rush these people down this aisle and you want them to be married, but they're not locked in solid with what's going to happen. That's why Derek is always like, I want to know what you want to do. I want to know what your career is. And I'm glad this happened so you can see what I'm talking about, because now you can see, I want to know what your goals are. I want to know what you want to do, because what you do affects me. What you do affects my family. So I need to know if I'm on board with what you're trying to do. Robin flipped the script on him numerous times. Yes, in the first Best Man, she said she was down for him. She said she will support him. That means you gonna support me as I build. That man said to her, I want to have generational wealth for my children. And that was a program that she didn't want to be with. I'm the man, I'm the leader. This is the decision that I made for my family, but you got something that you want to do on your own. And guess what happened? It started here, then it started here, then it was this. That's where I said she was wrong. She was the villain because she blew up her family. Well, Willie, you might need to leave because you don't do what she did. You don't do what she did. You do not break up your family like that. Because you were thinking about you. You were thinking about your success. You was thinking about whatever. And you say, well, he wasn't here. He was building generational wealth for you and your children. That is his job. And I don't know what make y'all women think that a man can make a whole lot of money and be at home a lot. What world do you live in? My pay scale went up way. But guess what? I'm not home a lot. I'm not home a lot. Not during the day. I'm not here to play pool and Ben Rummy and Gin Rummy and all these other games with you. I can't play Chutes and Ladders with you. I have to work to provide for this house. The more money you make, the more time it takes to make. This is America. Ask any man making over $100,000 a year. They will tell you, I work hard for this money. I have to make moves. Even men that work at home, they know how hard it is. Men that are content creators, they know how hard it is. You got to plan. You got to work it. I do this little measly show. I get 20-something people to watch, but it takes me so much time to put this show together. So content creators that do it every day, I can't imagine how much time it makes them to do that. I do it one day a week. They do it every day. It takes time. And a man that's in a traditional mindset is going to do this to provide for his family. That man had a plan for his family. Yeah, it required him to put his work there. It required him to do. Now, he could have done better, but he did say he was going to try. I believe that they could have worked that out. It was nothing bad that they couldn't work out. But she had a mind to do what she wanted to do. She decided the family was not important unless it was ran by my way, and then it was gone. Thank you, Willie. And it was and Damien actually talked me into watching the last episode. I had got up to part 7, but he actually talked me into watching it. And that's what happened with the best man. We need to leave that mindset. Look, relationships is one thing. And I'm really at the point where I'm like, dude, I'm worried about marriages these days. Because our women are not raised to be wives. Men are not raised to be husbands. I'm just trying to get us to even like each other to have relationships at this point. Really, to be honest with you. But in a marriage, it needs to be clearly defined what I want this family to go, where we need to be, where we need to be as a family unit, where we need to be, what's your aspirations, what's your goals, what do you want to do? Because what you do does change me. If you can't wake up one morning and say, I want to be a doctor, what? That's going to change everything. Why? Because now I have to pick up the load to do the children. I'm going to be merch up in this piece, running around, and I don't even have a life. I got my own things. And have y'all noticed that watched the show? Did you notice she didn't even know what was going on with him? She didn't even think what was going on with him mentally. She was not there for that man emotionally, and she better be damn glad that he wasn't out here doing what the other characters would have been doing. She better be glad. Because she was not there for him emotionally. He was going through some stuff emotionally, and she was not there for him. Why? Because she was too busy pursuing her career. It's a show. It's just the show. But a lot of times, back in the day, I don't know if they say it so much now, but they say life imitates art. They used to say that all the time. And I'm a musician, so I see how the stuff we create and some of these artists, how y'all go and try to, because a lot of y'all women dress like Magic City girls because you want to be like Cardi B, Classless, and Megan the Man Horse and all these other people. So we can't act like this stuff doesn't exist. You got 40, 50, 60-year-old women on stage look like they about to work at Moulin Rouge, and y'all thinking, oh, black women don't crack. Yeah, but you could be classy. You never will see Angie Bassett in nothing that Magic City stuff. You won't see it. You won't see it. And she's gorgeous. An older woman, you won't see it. So that's what I took away from The Best Man. I still loved it. I loved the show. I thought it was great. I was amazed. That's almost 4 movies. They did 8 episodes. It was almost 4 movies. They were an hour apiece. Great show. I'm going to watch it again. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So y'all tell me, are you team Robin or you team Harper? I'm not team either. But I can see from a traditional standpoint, I look at this thing from a traditional standpoint, which means what? Derek will pay majority of the bills, if not all. I will be the provider. I'll be the protector. That's the role that I'm signing up to do. Now let me say this. That's not to say I'm going to be closed-minded if I was to get with a career-minded woman. No. I would, if my woman was career-minded before we got married, I would be okay with that. We would have a discussion about our family dynamic. My point is, if we got married and it was agreed that you would be with me, you would support me, then some of the stuff that Robin was doing, that's not supportive. That's not a supportive role. You telling this man, I supported you, now you support me. That's not the way this works. That's not the way this works. That's not what he signed up for. It's not what I signed up for. Okay, I agree. I agree with you, Scootin' Eyes. Yeah, and when I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. And I'm usually don't, but I wanted to see it. I gave it 1 episode to see if it would catch me, and it actually did. I'm telling you, I actually enjoyed the show. It actually. I hope that I know they saying it's the finals. I hope they do some more. I think it was just that good. I wish that they would just not say that. Just say, hey, we're back, or 20 years later, or some crap like that. Don't put it was such a good experience. And I think it was perfect that they did this around the holidays. I think it was great. That was great production. That was a great production move. Now, they say they both were selfish. There was a lot of selfish. And Pam, more so than the selfish part, I think the communication part. Because Harper was selfish, but she knew that when she married him. But I really believe that he was trying to build a legacy for their family. I really believe that. I really believe he was trying to build generational wealth for their family. I really believe that. I really do. I'm team neither. I know exactly what I see on screen. It's real life. Okay? Robin never followed. Let me see, follow through on that. Wait, thank you so much, Harold. Let me say this, and I agree. Robin was somebody tell me, what did Robin do in the first Best Man? What was her occupation? What was her occupation? Real quick. Somebody type in the comment section, what was Robin's first occupation on The Best Man? What was her first occupation? It always been good, yeah. She was a chef. Okay. What was her occupation in the second one? Was she a good chef? Was she owning the business? Did she aspire to own a business, or she was just a chef? Because and even if they both were selfish, Harper bought that house for the family. He wanted the bigger space for the family, better neighborhood, better access to better schools. Robin had got on to the thing that Kevin Hayden, he'll never let me live it down, but me being in Black Lives Matter. She was part of that and doing all of that stuff. She was part of that. She had found another purpose. Now, having said that, look, you can find a purpose. That's not what I'm saying. But your mode should be to the family first. Family first. Family first. That should be your mode. That's what you signed up for. You don't make these changes on a whim. She was, let me tell you, I'm going to answer it for you. Robin was all over the place. Nobody knew what she was. She was all over the place, all over the place. She didn't know what she wanted to do. Then when she found the purpose, she thought that he should just drop everything that I had been building for the last 20 years and then follow you. And they got mad because he didn't have the same passion for it as she did. You can't make this up. Now, modern people would be like, what's wrong with that? I get it. The more traditional men, they would be like, this is what we're talking about. Kevin Samuels used to talk about this all the time. You know, he used to say, hey, we don't care about your money. We don't care about all that stuff. Harper finally started making money. That didn't matter. That's not valuable to us. I agree. Now, this is pretty good. She had a midlife crisis and thought the grass was greener. And she, you know, and that Ghana thing, and then we just gonna forget about that dude that she wanted to do. If he had the opportunity, it was gonna be that. And then she wanted him to buy that building. She wanted to buy that building. That was crazy. It was a lot of stuff. Look, go back and watch it. It was a lot of stuff that was leading to that. She was putting this man in the crazy position. Could he have been home more? Yes. But I'm telling you, men, those of you who make decent money, those of you who are professionals and have a job or whatever, even if you're a musician and you work a lot, you doing a lot of tours, you will tell you the more money you make, the more hustling you're going to be, the more hustling you're going to do. That's just reality. That's the way it's set up to be. He said she could get that bag to go. Yeah, she got it on the way out. She got it on the way out. That was a good movie. I think this movie would be good for like a book club or like a I would love to have some of you guys on, you know, to talk about this situation. Some of the ladies, I don't know. I would love to have you guys on if you wanted to come on. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and open it. Hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and open it. If somebody wants to give me their point on it, I'll open it up a little bit. The link should be in there. If you want to come on, just let me know. Uh-oh. I'm actually pasting it again. Hold on. Thank you, Kenya. Kenya sent me stars. Thank you so much, Kenya. It's just now letting me know you sent me stars. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Can you send me stars? Let me see. I appreciate you sending me stars. Thank you so much. I put the link in there. If somebody wants to come on, just let me know. I'll check real quick. I'll give you a second. Do y'all see the link or no? Let me know you see the link. I'll post it again. So if you want to come on, just click on the link. Do you want to jump on real quick just to give your point on it? If not, you know, I'm going to jump off in about like 10 minutes. Just give you a chance to, you know, come on if you want to say a couple of things about it. No, I don't want to leave this site. To give somebody a chance if somebody wants to come on. But yeah, that was pretty deep. And I like to look, when I look at movies, I like to look at it and I assess. The only movies I don't do that to is like comedies and you know, horror movies and stuff like that. But somebody's here. Hold on. Who is this? Oh, Damien's here. Okay, Damien. Let me see where you at. You dark. Go ahead, Damien.
Hey, I had to say this. Cause because Rose, it's not that Rose is wrong. Rose is saying that he could have write a book anywhere. And she even said, well, he could have came after his meetings. Because remember, the execs wanted to have a meeting with him about doing a sequel to the movie. But this the thing, Rose. He asked her that. He said, "Can I come down after my meeting?" She got mad at that. It was nothing he could do that made her happy about that whole thing. He tried to compromise. He said, "Can't we go to counselors and come up with a compromise?" It was nothing that he could have done. He asked her, "Can I do this? Can I do that?" Her mind, and it was real easy for her to throw that Uncle Tom. That Uncle Tom comment bothered me to no end because she was real quick to respect that man when she came to his friend's house because she was mad because he filed for custody. He filed for custody, said, "You didn't tell me." but she didn't tell him that she was moving. But she was quick to throw that out there. Let me throw this.
Wait, hold on. Jeremy just said the Bulls gave up 71 points.
Yep.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, they gave him 71 points to Donovan Mitchell in overtime. An overtime win.
But you know that's my favorite player, right?
Yeah,
you know I like the Spider Mitchell. That's one of my favorite players. But
Kobe on y'all.
Yeah, good God, Don. I mean, that's my dude. I like Donovan Mitchell. That's my favorite player.
Wait, and he didn't do it with 3-pointers. That's the thing. He wasn't killing from 3. He was
I'm
going
gonna
all
watch the game. I'm gonna go watch it later. I'm gonna watch it.
And
she wanted the market guy.
That's all, and that's all it was. Timothy's right. She wanted that market dude, and that's the bottom line. Because she didn't talk about Ghana till she talked. You didn't hear her say nothing about Ghana till she talked about the market guy going to Ghana. So
you think she met him there?
Oh man, he clapped them cheeks in Ghana.
Hold on. let me do it for. Wait, first of all, let me do this first. When she got off the plane, he was like, first of all, he was like, "Come here." Then he was like, "Come here."
And my thing was, but hey, Timothy, but did you pay attention to when he took her to that restaurant? How touchy feely he was with that man's daughter. He was picking her up, hugging on her, and this and that. Like, who does that with somebody's kid, with this man's kid? She was comfortable with it. So, yeah, Jordan Robert cheated definitely, but she was, but she knew, Jordan, she pushed that because he asked her when they went out to dinner. He said, "Hey, we doing this after." Her meeting was done. He said, "Why don't you come with?" She told him, no. I don't want you to. No, you go. He said, "No, you come on." Say, "You go. It's your night. Go. Go." He didn't know it was just gonna be Jordan. She did that. That he thought with all his friends. But Jordan just happened to be there. She could have came. She could have came. She didn't want to be there. She pushed it.
Yeah, she pretty much left it. Now, I'm never an advocate of a woman, a man using that as a means to step out on his wife. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an advocate of that, but we cannot be that naive to believe that you did kind of leave some things that happen. We leave that door open for it. You know what I'm saying? The old folks used to say, "Leave no room for the devil." So some things we did, and I just think that was a good moment for her to be there with him. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying earlier. That mode of being supportive as his wife was gone, because she had her own thing and she felt like, I'm doing this, I'm your equal. And I guarantee you, see, the part that they left out is if she was involved with all this Black Lives Matter and going to jail and protesting, guarantee she got around with some feminists too, because there was a strong feminist element in there too.
But that's the thing, though. If you look at it, this girl went to a Black Lives. Derek, we all know Black Lives Matter is not what people try to make it into, but it is what it is. You took your child to a Black Lives Matter rally and went to jail. Who does that? You know what I'm saying? And then got mad at him because he said, "You don't bring my daughter. You don't bring my daughter. While you getting arrested, you don't know what could have happened to that baby."
Right.
But you didn't care. You were so busy worried about you that you didn't care. And they got mad at him because he was upset that you brought his child to it. You had enough money. You could have took that baby to a sitter. You could took that baby anywhere. So everything about that show, everything about that show was, if the woman wasn't doing what she wanted to do, she made it. It was just, they were quick to always say happy wife, happy life, but nobody ever said anything
they said
about
that a lot in the show. I was like, wow.
Yeah, they never said anything about a happy husband. So the husbands could be miserable. Murch was miserable. Murch was sitting there when that Karen came. She never talked to Murch about that situation. She never cared enough about that situation. She didn't do anything with it. That's why he went to start fighting, because she never cared.
Yeah.
And so when do you take it upon yourself that, she was so busy trying to get her doctorate and this and that, and if Merch didn't agree with it, then he was a bad husband, or he was this, or somebody say if you don't support me because I'm telling you I don't agree with something, I'm not supportive. And so when
Right.
when she wanted him to buy the building, he never saw the building. He never saw, like, who calls, I don't care how much money you have, Derek. I don't call you. You can't call me and say, hey man, I want to buy this car. Hey man, I'm gonna buy this car for you. You ain't seen the car, but send me $100,000 so I get this car for you.
Yeah.
Huh? And then like he said, and she said, well, this is Ghana was on my vision board for years. Well, when did you had so much money, you could have been went to Ghana and visited. Think about it. Even Derek, you said, think about it. And everybody in the comments, remember this. The first part of that season, when they went over there for old boy's wedding, she wanted to move over there. Then she wanted to do this. Then she wanted to do that.
You know what?
Even in that
Yeah, see
show,
what she
she was
did.
going
She,
back and
like I
forth.
said, she was everywhere. She was all over the place. She had absolutely no mode here. She just was all over the place.
So even in that, she wanted to, well, let's go and move. We can move here and live here. So when do you tell yourself, he's doing all he can. I don't want to live in this house because but everything he said was it has the best schools, or it has this, or it has that. Everything he said was about the family. Every time he made a decision, he explained how it benefited the family. But everything she said, it talked about how it benefited her.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do this. I want to do that. He didn't even want to make the movie, but they said it's generational wealth. He did it for the family. Man, Robin was evil.
And the thing is, even though I felt like he was turning the corner, because like even when he was saying, he said something in the part where I really don't want, but I'm not gonna do this. Y'all basically saying my friends mean more to me than it's money or whatever.
Yeah.
And they all was just like, you know what, we with you. You got my blessing. And Lance was even like, if I want to know who they got playing Mia, but outside of that, we good. And they was all supportive. But his woman was like, I want to do my thing. I want to do. Listen, Damien, that's a recipe for disaster for the traditional marriage. For the traditional marriage, it's traditional marriage. It's a recipe. Now, if it's a modern marriage, we pretty much writing it as we go along with these modern marriages. You know what I'm saying? Because we going against the order of the divine order of a family. You see what I'm saying? The divine order of a family is man, woman, children. It's God, man, woman, children.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But now the modern marriage is God, us, then children. You see what I'm saying? So we writing this thing as we go, and I'm telling you, we sitting up here wondering why we having so many divorce rates and why divorce rates so high, particularly in our community. It's because we got so much of that. It's going against the divine order of the family. And if you're a Christian and you watching this podcast or you watching my show, then guess what? I'm gonna go that way. You know what I'm saying? That's the divine order of the family, and it's the family structure. If you try to buck against that, you can't be a Christian and say I'm a buck against your family structure though. You can't do that. You can't. It doesn't work like that.
Exactly. And so, and the people that would love to say, well, he did this before the first movie he did this, and he was with old girl before that, but she knew that before she accepted the proposal. She married him, had a child by him, saw him become successful, and now that he became successful, let's go ahead. Now I want to take everything from him. And everything she
Ain't
did.
that wait? That's modern marriage all day,
Yeah.
though. That's pretty much it.
I want to hurt.
Yeah, irreconcilable differences, straight to divorce court. Let me get half of your shift, and now it's it didn't work out or whatever. Man, and he was still capitulated to her towards the end. He still was obsequious. He still kind of catered to her. Oh, you because of you. No, you did the work, bro. What did she do? She didn't even support you in what you just did. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, man. Come on. You still, now it's in that element, and now it sends an element that I can do whatever I want to do, and still, he's still going to lean on me. You gave up that supporting role.
Yeah, but he gave her, when he walked into that divorce hearing, he walked in with an attitude, I'm going to give her everything. Everything she asked for, she could have. She could have the house, I'll move. She could have this, I'll do this, I'll do whatever. But when she told him in there, well, I'm selling the house because I'm moving to Ghana. But then you got mad because he filed for custody and didn't tell you. But you didn't never tell him. You never talked to him about moving to Ghana. But mad because he did what he had to do for his daughter. That's why I said, man, everything she did was hurtful, was resentful. And if I was, man, please, if I was Harper, I was a big guy with Jordan. I would have got with Jordan as soon as she left. And see, Jordan had quit her
Nah,
job. So
Jordan is a mess too. That's a mannaby. Yeah,
wait, let me
Jordan's a
tell you this.
mannaby,
Jordan quit
man.
her
She
job.
like to be in
Jordan quit her
control.
job. She had just
She
quit her
like to,
job though. And
yeah, but
she had
she
quit her
like to be in
job.
control. That may be a
Wait,
little bit much.
well,
Like I said, I
wait,
don't
Derek, you
know.
have to go back. Wait, no, you have to go back. She liked to be in control, but then when she thought she was pregnant, she said, I started to love the feeling of having something that I can't control. So she started to
Yeah,
even
but that's
realize,
a child, not a man.
but no, but she started to realize that her controlling didn't get her what she wanted. But it wasn't all that success didn't get her what she wanted. So
No, it didn't. No, because she
so
was alone, and
right.
and at the very end, here we go. Hey everybody, let's do a special one for Jordan on the best man. Y'all ready? Let's do a special one. We gonna do the special one, man. We even do. Let's do it even bigger. Let's do it even bigger. This is for you, Jordan. This was for you.
Boy, you stupid. Hey, my son
I'm just
said
saying.
something. My son's right. When he said Shelby Merchant's wife should have stayed out of it. They should have. Because they got mad at him because he said, I'm talking to her. Hey, y'all stay. Don't talk
Yeah,
to her.
but see, that's the thing. She brought it there.
Right.
Yeah, she brought it there.
Yeah, he told her was, I am talking to her. I'm trying to talk to her. Y'all jumped in this. And then said, well, she's the mother. And then when he put it out there, he said, well, just like when he told Shelby, just like you had this man's child and you to let him see it, was that for him or for you? I was like, wow, he went in. He was going in on everybody at that point. He said, I'm about to hit everybody with this. Man, hey, I know this ain't on this topic, but hey, I'm gonna ask these people in the comments. Hey, y'all think that football player died on the field today?
They said he in critical condition.
I think that dude dead.
Why would you say that?
I feel like they didn't want to see it because that man's family was watching. You don't want to make that announcement. The football NFL is a multi-billion-dollar business, and that was a big game. And for them to cancel it, something had to happen for them just to cancel.
I think he in critical condition. I don't
man,
write that man off.
Hey, I hope he ain't. I hope I'm wrong. I just feel like they just didn't want to.
Too, because I hope he. Yeah, I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen in my many years of watching NFL. I've never seen an ambulance on the field.
Dude, well, I seen it on Tecmo Bowl, but I ain't never seen it in real life. Remember, you remember?
I see you got jokes tonight. I see you got jokes tonight. I don't think he dead though. I just think he got he in critical condition. They got all them cars at the hospital right now, and they got people around the hospital. They praying for him and everything, and I think that's good.
Man,
they got people from Cincinnati out there. That's crazy. But I don't think he's dead.
Hey, Terry. Never mind.
Nope. Bye, Damien. I'll talk to you. I'm about to let Damien go. Hey, me and my cousin used to do a show, man, sports show. I think we're gonna bring that back, Damien. We got to. We just gotta find a day where we can do it.
But
nope, we ain't talking about the blue dude. Nope. Nope. Hey, y'all, we not gonna do date. Bye. Say goodbye to Damien. Say goodbye to my cousin.
All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. All right. Oh man.
My cousin, I'm not even gonna bring up where my cousin was trying to go, y'all, but my cousin crazy. The blue dude, Damien, this is what we doing. This is where we at with it, Damien. This is where we at. But anyway, this is the first of many. Thank y'all for joining me. Man, I have so much fun with y'all tonight, man. I really, really did. I really enjoy doing these shows for you. I'm glad to be back. I was a feeling a little weird last week. I took COVID tests and everything. Everybody think I had a little touch of the flu. I don't know what a touch of a flu is, but yeah, that probably led to my weight loss or whatever. But I was a little bit under the weather. I'm not gonna hold you. But yeah, but I feel better. And like I said, I've been losing weight anyway, but I'm down like 15 pounds now. Thank you so much, my son. But I'm gonna jump off of here. But next week we pick up our topics. Hey, again, if it's topics y'all want me to cover, if it's something you want me to talk about, especially as it relates to these relationship issues or musician issues or church issues, send it to my inbox. If you're on Facebook, at me. I'm not D Music Man. What's my name on Facebook? D Hearn. Blue Dude. D Hearn on Facebook, on Instagram, I'm Dr. Crazy Reels, or you can inbox me, send it to me. I'm interested in hearing what you would like me to talk about. Rosie, I do appreciate you. I appreciate you, Stephen Golden. I appreciate Miss Lynn for sending me these videos. She always sending me videos. I appreciate all of you guys. You guys, without you, there would be no D Hearn show, because you guys, man, especially when it comes to Preachers Gone Wild, without you guys, Preachers Gone Wild, I don't know. You guys send me so much stuff. And I want you to continue to do it, because I love doing Preachers Gone Wild. It gives us a chance to talk about stuff that happens in church that we kind of, we see it. It makes for good viral moments, but we never really discuss them. We just laugh at it and we say our little tidbits or whatever. So we'll be doing this again next Monday at around 8:30. Let's see. I'm in my 21 days of prayer, though. At Powerhouse Chicago. So if you want to watch us live, we're doing 21 days straight. It's on either Archbishop William Hudson's page or Powerhouse Chicago. We'll be doing our 21 days of prayer, and y'all just keep me in prayer, because I'm gonna need it. 21 days of prayer, and I work a full-time job. So yeah, just keep me in your prayers, in my prayers as well. Okay, I'm about to jump over here. I'm gonna play my leaving music. Where is it? Right here. This is my ending music. But anyway, I love you guys, and I will always tell you I love you. I will always say I love you, because you never know when it's the last time you're going to see each other. I hope you enjoyed your holiday. I know I did. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my New Year's before I go back to work tomorrow, okay? Love you guys. Take care.
Don't go.